What up, everybody? Mic check. 1 2 1 3. Mic check. 1 2 1 3. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know. Let me know. 1 2 1 3. Let's go. Roll life. Did that theme music hit, big dog? Was it good? God, yeah. My painkiller's kicking in, so smiling. It hurts still, but it'll go away. It'll numb up. Walking around like 50 and Kanye with glass jaws. All right. What's up, everybody? It looks like we got 14 plus people here. Thanks for everybody for being here. Thanks for everybody for all the love and support. A lot of you know that I was having 3 wisdom teeth removed, but I slept 80% of my days, but you couldn't take me away from the market, right? And during that time, we hit multiple home runs on multiple days, multiple home runs within the same day. We were just knocking it out of the park for the last week, right? So shout out to y'all that were in on the plays, that were supporting me along the way. So thank you so much. Now, I will say that I'm still kind of cloudy. I'm happy to be doing these rapid fire analysis because it sharpens my brain when I'm like out of it for too long. So bear with me. I'll do the best I can. But it is what it is. So, but let me let some people trickle in. I love that. Hey, no lie, roll life. I found a live stream where I knew I was gonna take a minute, and theme music was just going, and I'll be playing it sometimes, cause hey, that beat hit. So, all right, everybody, it is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. I'm gonna get the early things out of the way, and then we're gonna dive into the charts like we always do. I gotta find my buzzer timer though. It's somewhere. But anyway, so for those that know, your boy is a crown trader over at Keenan Grace's Discord, KGU, along with several other crown traders. It's been a long journey trading in the market, and I've been there for a while. But I've been in selflessly, kind of just given to the community. But my thought process always was, if I'm poured into others, then grace and things will just return my way, and it just feels right? So I love helping people. I have a genuine interest in doing so. It brings me joy more than me winning, which is weird to say, but I love seeing other people win. So I've kind of dedicated the past 5 years learning and growing, but also as I stumble, trip, fall on my face, whatever, I get back up and I take those L's and I turn them into lessons that I can teach other people. And hopefully by doing that, I've helped people kind of shortcut the process. I know plenty of people that's been rocking with me for a long time that supersedes me in this game right now. And that just takes a lot of discipline, and it just takes a lot of consistency. And just shout out to them. I know who you are. You reach out and you say what's up, and I appreciate all the love, and just let me know how I may have impacted you on your journey. Now, I'm a big fan of giving flowers when flowers are due. And this isn't my first time giving flowers, but especially for KG. So Keenan Grace, shout out to you, big dog, for supporting me in my journey and showing us the way, essentially, because there's so many paths to achieve quote unquote greatness, or what you're trying to accomplish out of this game. And the number one thing I've taken away from you, if you're watching, is your consistency and your approach, right? Day in and day out. We watched this man go from a school teacher to quitting his job to being a millionaire by 29 years old, which is dope and super commendable. So to be able to have that level of exposure even though our trading styles are completely different, it's still like humbling and it's cool to have seen and been witnessed of that process and that progress, because all that does is that fuels everybody here um, with that mindset that it's possible. Anything's possible. So that being said, a couple things. So one, you're in Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches YouTube channel, right? Here we are doing rapid fire chart analysis. We are doing weekly strategies. That's for Discord members. We're doing monthly strategy reviews. That's for Discord members. We do class one-on-one sessions, and now we're doing live trading. Now with the class one-on-one sessions, I've now included KGU. We are partnering with KGU, and essentially we're trying to increase the value over there, because I mean, that's a huge community and there's so many tools, and I'm honored to be able to be in a position where I can support that community that I love and that I call home. So so now I will be doing KGU one-on-one class sessions, which is covering the fundamental understanding of the game, and that would be in tandem with the Sacrifice for Riches crew, okay, which is the entirety of the discourse. So if you're a bachelor or you're a minnow, you're good, right? Channel supporters. A channel supporter is a channel supporter. It's just, you just want to show love. But if you want to upgrade and you want to be a part of some of the behind the scenes things, then please do at the very least become a minnow. Now, for the live trading is something I've been doing with the Megalodons and the Sacrifice for Riches Discord, and we've been doing periodically live trading for futures, right? And I was doing that so I'm getting my feet wet and trying to just get familiar with it. So I've been doing that for a little bit behind the scenes. We have a couple live streams there that we've seen success with, but more recently I was granted the opportunity to also do live streams for KGU for options trading. So we've done, I want to say two, maybe three, I want to say two live streams so far with the Megalodons on Sacrifice for Riches and the doctorate tier levels for that of KGU. So if you are in KGU and you are a bachelor, right, you're not a doctorate, and you want to be a part of the live streams, then the link is pinned to the top of the comments for you to go ahead and upgrade, because you have KG that's going live 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and now I'm also going to be going live either Monday or Wednesday, weekly. That is the plan, okay? And I will be trading from my phone. I will be sharing my screen. You will see me go through the charts. You will hear me speak out what I'm seeing, my mental approach, you know, my entries, my exits, my stop losses, my take profit targets. You're going to hear me talk about it all. And then you're going to see a live execution of me entering, like literally finding the contracts. I will find the contracts. I will execute by buying the contract. And I will also show you where and how I'm setting my stop loss and take profit targets through Webull. And yeah, I don't know of many other people that are doing it that way. And that's why I'm doing it, because nobody else, I think, is doing it in that fashion. I don't like to do anything that everybody else is doing. So I try to find my groove or my way of contributing to this saturated type of space, right? So if you guys can appreciate that, and that's something that you're interested in seeing, that's 12 live stream trading sessions hosted between myself and KG every month. So, but please do consider upgrading. No pressure, but that's the only way you're going to be able to get to it. And the link is at the top. Doctorate tier link, wap.com, right? It takes you right to the doctorate. So that being said, that is out the way. Shout out to 29 people being here. Please hit that like, the subscribe, notification bell. I do not like to waste your time, and hopefully you don't feel like this is wasting your time. But I just wanted to make sure that I touch on some of the admin stuff. I got some more to talk about, but I'm gonna wait till after the chart analysis. All right. All right. So Before I dive into the charts, I'm going to ask you, is there any questions? I got to raise my hand to stop my camera from following me real quick. Any questions? What does Chop City mean? Don't make me laugh. Oh no, it's getting better. Oh man, look, my wife is in here, and she paid. See, now I gotta take you to dinner. I appreciate that, baby. Thank you so much. And Roll Life hitting with the 20. Roll Life, you just want the rights to the music. he trying to pay for the rights. But Roll Life says I'm doing my appreciate early. It's safe to say my success rate has improved tenfold with this Discord. I love to hear it, man. I really do. Thank you so much for being here and being almost a leader in the Discord at this point. You've taken the lessons and you've applied them, and then now you're regurgitating those lessons and you're doing your thing, man. So I'm so proud of you and happy for you, big dog. And shout out to my wife. Thank you so much for the $5. I love it so much. But I got to see if I got $5 in my pocket to pay you back. To confirm before entering the trade. Okay, Denise says, what time frame is best to confirm? Can you do SPX options on Wednesdays? No, I will not do SPX options on Wednesdays. Just bring me Dave's hot chicken. All right. On Wednesday, when I do the live trade, I will explain a little bit as far as what the intentions are. But the main thing is, Dwight, is it's all about execution. It's all about showing you the process, the mental process, the gymnastics and stuff like that. But that's it. It's not anything beyond that. But I mean, it's something you can follow along and that definitely get into some plays. What does this super long wick candle mean? That means that either buyers or sellers have stepped in either direction, and they are fighting strong to push the stock or the candle back in another direction. Typically represents a potential reversal. What does the super long wick? Okay. So what you want for dinner? Okay. Oh, you want dinner too? Okay. All right. So I think I handled all the Q&A. So without further ado, you already know what time it is. This is the 15-minute rapid fire chart analysis, okay? To which I take your tickers and then I plug them into TradingView. I bring up my chart and then we go over and I take a look and see if we can pinpoint a direction, maybe find an entry, maybe find a potential play at the end of the day, okay? So whether it is a stock trade, whether it is an options trade, whether it's a long-term hold, you name it. If you want to give some context, it would be more beneficial to you because that means that I can tune my brain to speak to what it is you're trying to accomplish with said tickers. So how does it work? Once I start my timer at the 30 for 30 minutes is what I'll do because we vote every week and everybody wants to do 30. So I'm gonna start my timer. I won't take a single ticker until after the timer starts. Okay. And then those that are Discord, they will have priority. But we will start the chart analysis and go from there. All right. Without further ado, I'll give you a quick pause, a moment to gather your tickers, put them in your brain, and then I will try my best to be as fast and efficient as possible to get you guys set up for the morning. All right. Starting now. All right. What we got? Let's go into the live trade. I left 40 seconds just to make sure. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me first. And I got to set up my, make sure we have a full 30 minutes. All right, what we got? TSLL. I've been seeing that stock. Oh, here I am. I just typed it in there. All right. Wow. TSLL. So I don't know what you're trying to do or accomplish with this stock. But, however, we're going to go with no indicators. All right. So technically, TSLL is in the technical uptrend. Right? So let's just take a peek. We have our ascending channel that looks to be forming, right? We have our high, our higher high, and our low, and our lower, or our higher low, okay? So what we're looking for is this retracement piece right around this level here at 13. Oh, we're already there in the post market. This level at 1397 is a key level. Oh, we're at 1190, okay? So we're gonna be looking to bounce back to retest this line to see if we're going to be more bullish on this stock or not. So at this point, if you see a reversal candle, then best believe that we're likely to swing back and retest where we are right now at 1190 or this ascending line of support. Okay. In the perfect world, we like to see us crack this level and then maybe Dan's here to retest this level of 1397 before we continue up to test the ascending line of resistance. Okay, and then this will help validate this uptrend that we have here, right? So that's kind of where I want to leave this one at, unless we know this is a certain type of trade, but essentially above 1397 we're more bullish, below it we're bearish. All right, moving on. Next one, BBAI. Okay. Y'all be having the weirdest tickers sometimes, man. Okay, this is how I'm going to do this one, because what's the volume? Something like this, I really like to see. Hold on, I really like to see this right here. So obviously, you know that we're range bound. This did have a double bottom, right? And then we came and we failed the retest. So now we're retesting this neckline of about $4.45. So essentially, we need to break above and find confirmation above 444. If we can do that, then you can probably see this go on a little bit of a tear, and it's representative over here. Right? If we can have a candlestick close in the daily here, then we're pretty solid. But looking closer, I'm not really sold. But again, we don't know until we break this wall. This is kind of doing what the SPY is doing with the $600 level. But anyway, SPX, Solinda, we're gonna have to do a side thing on SPX, okay? Or see if we have time at the end, because it's like the SPY and it'll take like I know what you're trying to accomplish. Are you talking about AAPL? Because you spelled Apple without the E, so I'm assuming that you mean AAPL. So I already have this charted, and right now Apple is in what I've already identified as a previous demand zone that had became resistance, right, after it fell through. So we're looking for some bullish momentum within this range right here at 201.55. Essentially, if we can see Apple come up to this point right here around 202.05, which it already has, but if we can see a retest and a strong bounce here at 201.55, that's a good sign for some upside move, right? So let's go to the 15 minutes, take a quicker look or closer look and see if we can find a play on Apple. So we're in the after hours. It really doesn't tell us much. We had this big green candle wick right here, which happened on the SPY too, where it pumped and then the sellers kind of stepped back in and put us back in our place, right? So we're in this position where we're looking for a breakout. The market is still in this state of indecision because you see what we have here is a symmetrical triangle, right? So for For Apple, I'm looking for a breakout. Again, with bullish momentum in here, especially through this ascending line or descending line of resistance, we're more likely to see a push back up to 202.63. Okay, so 202.63, and then pretty much after this level of 202.63, we are looking for more bullishness, but we need to have a bar to close above. Now we got to be careful because above here we have supply. All right, so we have a leg up, supply, and we have a huge imbalance. This is massive. This is a huge imbalance. So, which I don't really like. When you have this much of an imbalance, that means that there's like a major news event that happened here that caused this, right? So for your levels, again, sorry, my brain is soft right now. I'm putting these levels on the screen because these are going to be your potential identifiers for a play towards the upside or downside. So I'm not going to color code them, just no time. So remember, 201.55, 202, 202.62, 203.30, and 204.59. Now, these levels right here, right? These are representative of potential supports for me. Okay, so we're looking for strong reactions at these levels if we were to approach any of them. Okay, but of course, if we fall below, then we're looking for some shorts potentially. Now, this level right here, 203.30, is pretty key because at this level, we'll either trade sideways and continue up, or we're just gonna get rejected here and then come down, right? But I think if we make it to this point of it, then we're likely to go retest this supply zone of 204.59, to which I would be looking for a short-term short because we're likely to fail to break through the supply zone. Sorry, I spent a lot of time on Apple, but there's a lot there. Let's see what we got. And that's a good swing trade. Mag. What is mag? Zoom out. Put a 1 in the chat if this is helpful as of right now. All right, so mag is at a key level, right? I mean, we hit these levels multiple times, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna box this up for you. I don't know what mag is, but it is interesting to me. I'm intrigued. But everything's at the entire market is at a level of indecision. Like everything wants to break up. Everything wants to take off. But we're waiting for some news or something. You can tell. We're doing something here. So yep. So with this mag, we're technically at, here we go. Give me a minute. I'm trying to do something. We're technically at a key point, right? This level right here is a strong resistance. And if we fail to break it, then we're coming on down. Now, we're bullish on this play for as long as we stay above 1424. Like, overall, it's still bullish, right? We are in this uptrend. But at the end of the day, we're hitting a key wall here. And I want to take a look back this way and then see if I can find some type of supply within all this noise. This would be considerate, but I don't like it. So let's go zoom in. When I don't see something I like, and especially if I know I want to swing trade it or something, I gotta start zoomed out and I gotta work my way back in. One moment. like it. And if I can't find it, I don't force it. It is what it is. And I'm gonna have to move on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move on with this one because it's not showing me anything that says anything should be stopping it right now. Except for this. This might be the closest thing I can find right here to near-term supply. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go back. We'll take a look and see how price is reacting. So we got to this key level here with MAG. This would have been my max take profit 2. This would have been my max take profit 1 towards the upside. And then this would have been my max take profit 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So essentially with MAG, if we fall below this 21.49 and we confirm below it, then you can probably be safe on a leg down. Okay. That's how I see it right now. I don't even like this, so I'm gonna get rid of it. All right. So next, my bad. It's taking too long. APLD. All right. So APLD is actually at a supply zone that I've already identified, and we've rejected. We failed to break through. We lost the bullish momentum going into this zone. So that's actually a good sign of a short. Now, I did shout out or call out a short like this for this spot, and we might touch on that at the end of this if we have time. But essentially, this is where we're at. We're trading within the zone now. So, and I'm going to color code this one so you guys can kind of see what's up, because we have a neckline right here. Oops, and make that blue, and then let's do some dashes. All right, so essentially how you're looking at APLD in this sense right now is above 13.14 we're bullish, and below it we're bearish. Now notice how we hit our ceiling supply, our seller zone. We came back down. This is going to be my chop area and also the neckline. Now we need to make a decision, right? So as we zoom in, we have to see and notice what happened. So we had a doji candle at the bottom of a downtrend, which is typically a sign of a reversal, right? Because then to follow that, you are hit with an imbalance. So this is bullish for as long as this is supported. So APLD, what we're doing on this play is we're looking to see if we're going to get any type of retracement, preferably to about 13.24. But if we fall all the way down to 13.14, that's fine. We're looking for coming here and wicking straight off, like a big strong bottom wick, like somebody asked a question for earlier, or we'll just let it come on down and then we can pick it up in demand. Now you can play this towards the short side, but you got to be careful, and you have to have a tighter stop loss. So that means that if we confirm below 13.14, in my mind it is bearish, but I cannot ignore the fact that we have a demand zone here, that buyers are living here right now. Buyers stop this whole red run, right? So I will have to be mindful that if we start to see slowing down in selling pressure and volume, then it's probably a good idea to start taking profits, right? And then flipping the script and thinking about hopping into some longs. Okay, so that's APLD. I'm actually gonna, I like this play, so I'm gonna set an alert. I'm setting an alert. You guys can consider these, like if I stop and I set an alert, you can consider these like the options trade play for the week. below bearish, but beware of demand, tight stop loss. Okay, above bullish, look for strong reaction from buyers on retracement. Okay, so that means when my phone goes off, my email, my pop-up notification for TradingView, text alert, whatever, all that lets me know that it's time to get into a play. And then whatever I'm doing, I don't need to use any brain power to figure out what I'm doing. I already have my plan. It's written there. It's going to tell me. All right, so what else we got? OKLO and Hood. Okay, let's go with Hood to start. We got 13 minutes left on the timer. Oops. Hood. All right, guys, don't be scared of that super chat. Just kidding. No, but for real, again, don't forget that live trading is happening on Wednesday. That is the plan, and it's gonna happen between likely 9 a.m. and 11. So it'll probably be quick. I don't like to overstay my welcome. So if the play ain't there, I'm not living on the live. If I see it, then I'm taking it. All right, so Hood. Let's see here. All right. Wow. So one thing I like to do is look back in history. Now you can see that Hood ran all the way up to $85 and never tested it again. But the sellers, they said, no, that don't work for them. So fast forwarding time, we're now in a new area for me as far as a trading zone. So from $65 now to, yep, from $65 to $76.83. Okay. So with Hood, again, very much so the same thing of what's going on with the market, right? We're in a state of indecision. Everybody's warning. Everything looks like it's going to break out. Okay. Or it wants to. The market wants to go on a run, but something is holding it back. So if I'm looking at Hood, I'm looking at playing the highs and lows. I'm not playing anywhere near this middle piece unless I'm seeing a strong reaction. But even then, you better take what you can get, because this is Chop City. Okay. So I'm not seeing strong support or strong demand or demand or supply, with the exception of this, but I don't like the candle. So let's go to the 4 hour, see if I can see something a little different. I know people play Hood, so let's see what we got. All right, so for this piece, this makes sense. This makes sense for demand. So, and then I got my supply or my imbalance. So I know what to expect when we get down this low. I don't know what to expect up here. I know that sellers are here. We have false breakout, time and time again. So essentially, when you guys are looking at Hood, don't be so quick to hop into a call the moment it cracks this level. Okay. Instead, wait for that candle to close. Let's see what happens on the 65-minute with these candles. Let's wait for these candles to close, right? Because the moment you start to see a wick happen on a 65-minute candle, let's see a 15-minute candle, is the moment. It's a moment where we're selling off as of right now. I'm looking for a pattern. And then on the 15-minute, I found my supply zone. And I found my imbalance. Now it's important to identify these at what time frame you found them at. as well, because that represents the strength of it. So, but nonetheless, it lines up with my levels. It lines up with my levels. So I got to move off the hood, but I want to make sure that you guys get, because this is another play. Okay. Let's go green. Make sure we know what's up. What's up? These are max take profit targets towards the upside if we ever get to it. I'm gonna make that one red. Okay. All right. That is what I got on this. Okay. So as far as where we're going right now, I would not enter a play because we are approaching another area of a potential supply. So it's too close. It's too close to me. And then there's a huge amount of imbalance after this sell-off. Okay. You need bullish momentum through 74.54, and then this is that key level right here to see if we're going to continue upward or not. Now, if we can take 75.09 and find confirmation above it, then I would be likely to enter a call and ride that up to the levels. Here's the level. And then, of course, this is the top. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, what else we got? We got 8 minutes on the clock. We're doing well. TGT. Hold on. Did I miss anything? I'm only going to do one, Daryl. Because everybody else is trying to chime in too. TGT. All right. I got a queen here from the Discord. Sacrifice for Riches looking for play on target. Target. All right. So I don't like Target. I don't like it. The main reason is because we're pretty much in a chop zone, right? We're range bound. Hold on. What are you doing? For a swing trade? Okay. Yes. So for target, this is pretty easy for me. The only way I'm playing target is because I think they can fall, but who knows? You never know. But let's go orange, and I would be looking for target to break below 97.44, and then potentially take a short. Okay. It is trying to confirm, but this is weak and this is after hours. So we need to really see what the candles do at these levels. But this is a range chop zone area. I'm not trading within this. If you want to trade high and low, then great. 97.44 to 99.15. Tight stop losses 10 to 20% below and above these levels, right? You know what I mean? So I'll just put this here. These are stop targets, right? Stop loss areas and playing highs and lows. Otherwise, I'm looking for a breakout or a breakdown to figure out what direction I want to go. And because it's target, I am willing to go ahead and then put in an alert here, and then pretty much say confirmation below on the 65-minute, maybe 15. Consider swinging puts. There we go. All right. Okay, we got MRK. Shout out to Arlen, who just became the most recent Megalodon. Everybody, if you're looking to join the Discord, then the links to both KGU and Sacrifice for Riches is at the top. If you want to be a part of the live trading and the one-on-one sessions, you already know what time it is. You're gonna get it done. So MRK, I feel like you're the only one to ask about this, big dog. and it did what I said it was going to do, I suppose, right? I don't know the last time I did one. It definitely was before this because I was on surgery on this day. Hold on. Yeah, so back in May, you probably talked about it. So I'm not gonna really tell you much here, man. Like at the end of the day, I told you that we're in this descending channel still, and we have this descending line of resistance that we need to determine whether or not we're gonna break through or not. And given what I see, we do have demand. We have a strong possibility of breaking up towards the upside, but you just have to understand that the market overall is trying to determine whether or not it's ready to break into new highs. So this is that level 85.77 that I would be looking for confirmation for upside potential. Okay. Next up, Denise and Walmart. I get you. Official Stock Sage. Hey, shout out to you, big dog, for being the new member too. I believe fellow Megalodon, the Menace. What's up, big dog? Thanks for being here. Good question today, by the way, in the voice chat. All right, so let's see here. Uber. All right, so I've talked about Uber to ad nauseum. I don't like Uber. Okay, so watch this. Let me save this, and then because I guarantee you that I have Uber in my black box. And I think I might have got rid of my black box just to show. Man, I thought SPY levels. Where are we? KGU. Did I do it under KGU? Uber. Nope, I can't remember. All right, I'm going back. Anyway, I don't like Uber. All right, Uber is in the range right now that I don't mess around with. This whole section for me is supposed to be blacked out. I don't care about Uber. Right here. This is blackout. Blackout mode for Uber. So essentially, we cracked my blackout zone, right? But it's supposed to cover the whole thing. But essentially, I'm looking for above or below this level confirmation. I'm not playing highs. I'm not playing. You can play highs and lows, but there's a good range there. So essentially, for Uber, if we fall and confirm below 87.22, right, then I think you have a strong case for a huge leg down. And I think Lyft is eating Uber's lunch money, like for real, eating Uber's lunch. So I don't think that this is not sustainable. I'm looking at this. It's choppy on the way up. There's no strength here at all. So I potentially see Uber again selling off. But again, if the market decides it wants to rocket, it might take it with it. But I'm going to set an alert for Uber. Alert. Clean confirmation. Below. Consider swinging puts. All right. What else we got? Much love, big dog. I'm surprised nobody's talking about Dell. I haven't looked him up yet, but I heard him in the news with POTUS's investment plan or whatnot, which did not move the needle on the market from what I understand. What is this? Walmart? All right, so we called Walmart at the tippity top, right? Supermax take profit target. This is where I think I called the short on this all day. And then, so we did come up and we hit our take profit target already on Walmart. I think I might have had like a bad contract or something, but I do remember, just so y'all know. Okay. I do remember this. But essentially with Walmart, what we're doing is we're waiting for confirmation above or below this level of take profit, and then we're going to look for shorts. I mean, there's really not much to it. This was a previous supply zone that would now become potential demand, right? Everything red was a potential like supply zone, resistance at some point. So Walmart's been eating through all of this, as you can see, but now it's retraced, and we need to see what it does here at take profit target, right? But the chart looks nasty. The chart looks nasty. But we have imbalances, and we have strong candles for the most part coming down into this position. So that's what I would tell you, Queen. What I would love to see for this to be a play for me is if Walmart takes this, comes like it's supposed to, hit my take profit target, retraces, and fails to enter my supply zone. Because the moment I see a reversal candle, price action candlestick, then I'm shorting this. Okay. All right. Please hit the like. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. That is all. Hold up. All right. So that is it for the most part for the rapid fire chart analysis. Hopefully that was of help to some of you, if not all of you. I appreciate everybody for being here. Now, I do have one thing to show you. It's kind of early or premature, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. And that is my website. So it's official. I already own a business, but I made an official website. So because everybody was asking me for merch and stuff like that, and it's just not really intuitive on YouTube. So I just created a centralized location for certain things, like my store. So it's a pretty straightforward, clean, I think, website. I got some more work to do, but nonetheless, you guys can see it, right? You can come right here, sacrificeforriches.com or stocksforrel.com. Either way, it works. And then you have your options for some of the swag. Look, at the end of the day, I know everybody, YouTube or whatever, has swag or whatnot, but for me, the words have meaning. And how I even got to Sacrifice for Riches is a lot due to the community here, because it was Stocks for Real, S4R. Well, Stocks for Real, then S4R. And then I was like, okay, now this is bigger than me. It's not just about me anymore. So how do I turn S4R into something? And what is something that I've been doing consistently that resonates with me? And that's sacrificing for riches. Rather it was me giving up on like drinking alcohol. Rather it was having a better sleep schedule, being more fit, reading more books, right? Just doing things that I had to do, sacrificing, like going out or whatever, right? Doing what I got to do to stay buckled down, and then keeping the main thing the main thing. So that's what that means to me. And I've been sacrificing since I was a kid. I don't know about y'all growing up, but I'm sure that this resonates with a lot of you, right? So either which way, the journal is there too. That is on Amazon. I have a annual journal coming out soon that has a little bit more to it. It just takes a lot of time to get things published on Amazon. And then a candlestick cheat sheet that you guys all have for free. If you don't have this, you don't have to buy it, because you guys get it for free, a digital version for free. So you can just Google, or not Google, you can go on the Discords, right? And then you can type in Stocks for Real from Stocks for Real, and then type in candlesticks. And then this should pop up as an image or whatever for you to download. But if you want a printable version, there you go. That's what that is, right? And then you go down. This is just my page where we have our minnows, meltdowns, and then one-on-one private coaching. Now, I'm not going to be doing a lot of this anymore, because it just takes a lot of time, and people's schedules. It's not. I guess it's conflicting. My schedule is pretty open, but it's more so during the weekdays. So we'll see what happens with this, right? You can fill out a form, but I'm not accepting everybody. Not everybody's going to be accepted. I'll do what I can, And if I think that I'm eligible to help you, then I'll help you. But that's that. Okay. And then this is just something to come, maybe. So anyway, that is the website. Shout out to everybody for who's giving me Google reviews. I really, really appreciate it. It definitely means a lot. You guys sharing your experiences with me and how I've may have contributed in any way towards your journey. So just to be a part of that, a sliver, is awesome. It's humbling. So thank you so much. And there you go. There you have it. All right. So that's the website. If you guys are looking for merch or anything like that, there you go. Yeah, that's all I can say. Don't buy the phone case from this website. I'm working through something right now. On this one. So, but you can find it on Etsy, and it's the same thing, right? I have a store over there. But anyway, I'm going to leave 5 minutes on the clock and then see if I can answer any questions. And then I'm going to get off and go spend some time with my family. 5 minutes on the clock. Again, links at the top of the comments. And I'm chilling. Any questions? Thank you, DJ and Trixie. Let me know that it's helpful. Thank you, Lisa, for telling people to hit the like. KT, AMD is on an absolute rocket. I love to see it. I hope you are buying it around $80 because I was. And Henry, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to Amazon, big dog. Your name wasn't green, and so I'm sorry, it just didn't make the cut today within the time frame that I set up for. So, but keep that in mind next time, okay? Same to you, DJ Trixie. I'm sorry, y'all. You put Amazon in the thing two times, 3 times. My bad. My apologies. Okay. The only thing I can do right now to utilize this time, because I always give 5 minutes at the end, is just talk a little bit about the market, about SPY. So last week was pretty solid, right? We had the candlesticks and everything was kind of like, the setups were great. You know, we were killing it. I think we got upwards of 600 or 400+%, especially on Tesla. That was beautiful when Elon, sorry, I'm not even gonna say their names, when the two that be, got into their Twitter fight, that was great for us. But this week was a little rough. Sunday, I got frustrated. I traded unprepared, not mentally straight, in futures, and I got smoked. And then today, I hit on multiple trades for 30+%, but I held on too long on some of these plays, and I didn't take the bag, right? So getting kind of greedy. I got too comfortable with getting my 100%, 200, 300, 400% home runs that, I got to be accepting of these 20, 30% moves when the market is so volatile, and then there's no clear confirmations necessarily in the directions that you want it to go, or the confirmation zone is wider. So that being said, we did hit. But at the same time, I did make some mistakes. So I'm happy to be doing this because it allows me to reset mentally. And I got to get ready for Wednesday. And I want to bring the best version of me on Wednesday so that we're trading together. And we have a new layout and structure of that too. And eventually I'll get it modded so I can have the plays that I'm entering kind of listed on the screen. But right now I just don't have, I'm figuring things out. There's a lot going on. Okay. But that's all I got. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. Subscribe, like, become a member. The link is at the top of the comments. And that is it. All right. This is Stocks for Real. Sacrifice for Riches. Take care.